Hi everyone, welcome to this video on the social institution of the media. How would we know what happens outside of our immediate community without the media? Let's take a look at a few definitions. Media refers to channels of communication. Mass media refers to the means for transmitting information for a vast number of people. Social media refers to media that allows people to communicate with one another, to share information, and to form communities based on interest and goals. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century revolutionized the distribution of information. Johannes Gutenberg is credited with this invention. Radio was invented in the late 1800s, television in the 1920s, and the internet relatively recently. Social media is relatively new. The major difference is this type of media is multi-directional versus older media, which is one direction from the source to the people. There are a lot of issues and problems with the media. Let's take a look at some of them. Unlike years past, fewer people today expect to find objective journalism that presents only the facts. And to me, that's a good thing, because we should never blindly believe what we hear from anyone, including the media, without extensive research. Media bias. Media employees, such as reporters and anchors, are humans with their own biases. This shades how they look at issues and how they report on them. Media outlets have been created specifically to address the wants of certain types of customers. For example, Fox News. Fox News was created specifically for older, conservative, Caucasian Americans living in the US. Lack of depth of knowledge. I want to give you an example of what I'm talking about here. One day, during a blizzard in New York, a Fox News reporter went out on the streets and reported that it was really, really cold outside and questioned the validity of global warming. Now, I'm not sure if this was maliciously done or if the reporter and people in the news station simply don't know that there is a difference between what we call weather and climate. That reporter was reporting on weather, which is what is currently occurring. How cloudy it is it raining, is it snowing, what the temperature is, what the humidity is. Climate is weather over a very long period of time. So you can actually get very, very cold temperatures, yet still have global climate change, specifically global warming. Global warming is a real thing, and unfortunately, some media outlets will lead people astray with propaganda to make them believe that it is not real. Profit-driven. I believe that whenever you have a profit-driven organization or industry, the ultimate goal is to make money. So when it comes to the dissemination of information, money trumps facts. Consolidation. If you look on the slide on the top left-hand corner of your screen, you can see that many, many years ago, there were many different media outlets. And today that has been consolidated down to just a few. And you can see the biggest media conglomerates, as they're called, on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Social media. Though it can be fun, interesting, and informative to use social media, there are problems that are clearly evident. Number one, a lot of people are addicted to it, constantly and consistently, day and night, checking their social media accounts. Two, it doesn't reflect reality quite often. What we see on social media does not show the full picture. Three, it is a way to spread propaganda and false news. People do not use critical thinking to determine what to believe and what not to believe. All too often, people fall into the trap of, well, I heard it or read it here or there, and therefore it must be true. And unfortunately, that is not the case. We must be very careful where we get our information from and be very skeptical about it and use critical thinking to determine if it's true or not. Thank you for joining me, or see you later. Bye-bye.